Hello and welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to play another game from the 1967 Impossible Dream season. And it's going to be from May 22nd of 1967. And it's going to be a matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the New York Mets. We have a good pitching matchup. It's Bill Singer for the Los Angeles Dodgers against Tom Seaver for the New York Mets. So the Dodgers come in with a record of 20-14 on the season so far. The New York Mets in the basement with an 8-22 record, actually even worse than their actual record on the season. So Tom Terrific hopes to turn that around today and get the Mets a victory. So Tom Seaver comes in with a record of 2-3 on the season with an ERA of 5.20, so he has not fared well. He was 16-13 on the actual season with a 2.76 earned run average. He's pitched 46 2/3 innings, allowed 55 hits, which is more than allowed more hits than innings pitched, which on the regular season he was under that. 16 walks and 31 strikeouts. So the lineup for the visiting Los Angeles Dodgers is going to be Wes Parker, the first baseman, will lead it off. Ron Hunt is the second baseman batting second. Willie Davis, the center fielder, will hit third. Ron Faley bats cleanup and plays right field. Jim Lefevre is the third baseman batting fifth. John Roseborough behind the plate hits sixth. Al Ferreira, the left fielder, will bat seventh. Gene Michaels, the shortstop, hitting eighth. And Bill Singer on the mound will bat ninth. The defense behind Seaver is going to be Davis, Jones, and Swoboda, all below average range in the outfield. Jones being the most sure-handed in center, and Swoboda most error-prone in right, although he has a pretty good rating. Arm ratings, Jones in center has an average arm, and Davis and Swoboda are both below average in left and right, respectively. So in the infield, it's Charles, Harrelson, Buchek, and Kranepool. Harrelson and Charles on the left side of the infield are average range. Buchek and Kranepool below average range, second and first. Charles the most error-prone at third, with Harrelson just slightly behind him. Buchek and Kranepool a lot better on the other side, with Kranepool being the better defender as far as errors go. Sullivan behind the plate is average, with a low error rating and a slightly below average arm. So not a very good defense behind Seaver. Part of the reason why the Mets are the way they are, and why he does not have a winning record. So anyway, Wes Parker steps to the plate. He comes in with an average of 263 and 7 runs batted in. So he'll lead it off against Tom Terrific. So Seaver looks in for the sign from Sullivan. Kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a foul ball. Ooh, possible home run check right away. And that will be outside Seaver's range, so that would not be a home run. But it will be possibly an extra base hit. And it's just going to be a single. So leadoff runner is on for the Dodgers. Kranepool will hold them on. Seaver working out of the stretch now. Looks to the runner. Looks in for the sign. Kicks and delivers. Ron Hunt up to the plate now. Comes in hitting 281 with 6 runs batted in. And Hunt with a possible home run possibility here. And no, that's going to be outside. This is a regular home run, so that's without the question mark. So you check on the batter's card, and that's D20 is outside of that. So 7 will not be a home run for Hunt, who does not hit many. Instead, it will be a ground ball to short. Could this be 2? And it will not, as the only play is to first on the slow roller. To second on the slow roller. So Parker will be thrown out at second, and there will be no return throw as Hunt reaches on the fielder's choice. So 1 out and a runner on first for Davis. Willie Davis comes in hitting 333 with 15 runs batted in. And that will be no strikeout. Instead, it'll be a ground ball to short. Could this be two? And over to second for one, back to first, double play. So they turn the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. So after one half, it's Dodgers nothing. The Mets coming up. For the Mets, it's going to be Bud Harrelson at short. Ed Kranepool, the first baseman, will hit second. Ed Charles is your third baseman, batting third. Batting cleanup is the left fielder, Tommy Davis. Jerry Buchek, the second baseman, will hit fifth. Cleon Jones is your center fielder, hitting sixth. Ron Swoboda, the right fielder, bats seventh. John Sullivan behind the plate hits eighth. And Tom Terrific on the mound will hit ninth. So Bud Harrelson comes in hitting .240 with 8 runs batted in. So Bill Singer on the hill. Bill Singer comes in with a 2-1 record, 12-8 on the actual season, with a 4.74 earned run average, 13 and a third innings pitched, 19 hits allowed, no walks though, and 12 strikeouts. So both pitchers pitching under their capability so far. So the defense behind Singer is going to be Ferreira, Davis, and Fairley, all below average range, just like the Mets are, but with a little bit better error ratings. Fairley being the most sure-handed and right. Davis in center, having an average arm. Ferreira and Fairley below average. Ferreira slightly worse arm in left. In the infield, it's going to be Lefevre, Michael, Hunt, and Parker. Michael and Parker at short and first respectively having average range. Lefevre and Hunt below average range, with Michael being the most error-prone at shortstop and Parker being the most sure-handed at first. So very similar defenses. Roseboro behind the plate is above average range, but with a very high error rating and slightly above average arm. Behind the plate, Singer on the hill is an average range with a high error rating. So Harrelson steps to the plate. Singer looks in for the sign from Roseboro, nods his head, kicks and delivers. And that'll be a base hit. So Harrelson is on with a leadoff single. So that'll bring up Ed Kranepool, comes in hitting .333 with 2 homers, 11 runs batted in. Parker holding on Harrelson. Harrelson not a big threat to steal. And that's going to be a base hit past the first baseman. As Harrelson moves up to second, holds there. So, actually, he's going to advance to third, sorry. Keeps on going, advances to third. So runners at the corners with nobody out. So the Mets in good position to get on the board first here. That'll bring up Ed Charles. Third baseman comes in hitting .264 with 8 runs batted in. An error check here. And that's going to be a base, no error, but it is going to be a base hit. So that will score Harrelson from third. Kranepool will advance to third. And Charles will hold at first. So runners at the corners. 1 run in. So the Mets have a 1-0 lead early on. So that'll bring up Tommy Davis, the cleanup hitter. .309 hitter on the season, 2 homers, 7 runs batted in. Singer working out of the stretch. Looks in for the sign. Looks at the runners, kicks and delivers. And he strikes out Davis for the first out of the inning. Jerry Buchek up now. .323 hitter on the season, 3 homers, 16 runs batted in. And it's going to be a Shea Stadium check here. And that is going to be a ground ball to second. Mets are going to try to turn 2 here. And they're going to go for the double play. So Kranepool is going to come in to score as they go to second for 1. But the return throw is not in time, as Buchek beats it out. So it'll be an RBI ground out for Buchek. And the Mets now lead 2-0. So Cleon Jones up to the plate now. He's been struggling a bit on the season so far, hitting just .213 with a homer and 8 runs batted in and 80 at-bats. And it's going to be a range play at Shea Stadium. And Parker will not be able to get to that one, as Buchek motors his way to third. He was off on the pitch with 2 down. Mr. Brody's got some comments here. Mr. Brody is co-hosting today off camera, as we're still house sitting here in Fitchburg. Mr. Brody says, "Go Mets." So runners at the corners now with 2 down. 2 runs already in. Ron Swoboda up now. Comes in hitting .268 with 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. Here's the windup in the pitch by Singer. And he'll get him for the second strikeout of the inning. With the Mets score 2, and after 1 inning, it's 2-0 New York. So it'll be Fairley, Lefevre, and Roseboro if anybody gets on Ferreira for the Dodgers. Fairley comes in hitting just .208, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. Only hit .220 for the actual season. And he'll draw the leadoff walk. So Kranepool holding him on, and he's going to fire to first. And he's back safely. Seaver looks in for the sign, kicks and delivers. And it's going to be another range play at Shea Stadium. And that's going to be a... Oh, no, it's not, as Jones is going to come in and make a nice basket catch, as Fraley holds at first. So 1 down and a runner on first for John Roseboro. .333 hitter on the season, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. Here's the delivery. And that'll be a base hit for Roseboro. And Fairley will round the bag but hold at second. So runners on first and second with 1 down. So tying runs on board for Ferreira. .258 hitter on the season, 3 homers, 11 runs batted in. So Seaver looks in for the sign. Kicks and delivers. Another range play at Shea Stadium. Oh, and this could possibly be a home run. And Ferreira has power, so this will be a no-doubter here, as Ferreira will put the Dodgers on board in the lead with a 3-run blast. So Ferreira gets his 4th home run of the season. RBIs 12, 13, and 14 to put the Dodgers on top 3-2. So Seaver not happy with himself. He knows he hung one there. And the Dodgers on top 3-2 as Seaver continues to struggle early on in the season. So next up, Gene Michael. He comes in hitting .223 with 15 runs batted in. Wow, he's already had more than double his RBIs than he has had on the actual season in half the at-bats. So Michael having a very productive season. And that'll be a base hit for Michael as he bats lefty against the righty Seaver. So that'll be a base hit on the split. So 4th hit given up by Seaver. That'll bring up the pitcher, Singer. And Mr. Brody is, I don't know if we should bunt with him. He's not a very good bunter. He's an .090 hitter, though. Oh, boy. Just don't want him to hit into a double play. He's more likely to strike out, though, so I think we're going to have him hit away. 4-1. And no, he does not draw the walk. 5-1, and he will strike out. Strike out on Singer's card. So 2 outs now with Michael at first for Wes Parker. Wes Parker singled his first time up. And that would be a ground out to first. Parker. Kranepool will take it to the bag himself, and that'll end the inning. But damage is done as Tommy Davis? No. Willie Davis. Was it Willie Davis? I think Willie Davis hits a 3-run blast. Oh, no, I'm sorry. John Roseboro. No, Ferreira. We'll get it right sooner or later. Al Ferreira puts the Dodgers on top 3-0. Yes, El Ferrer hits a 3-run blast off Seaver. So it'll be Sullivan, Seaver, and Harrelson up against Singer, now with a 1-run lead. Catcher comes in hitting .269 with an RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. Ferrera's there to make the catch for out number 1. Seaver to the plate now. Seaver having a good season at the plate so far. 4 for 12 with an RBI. 143 on the actual season. Singer delivers. And that is going to be a fly ball to center for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down in the bottom of the second. Brings up Bud Harrelson. Singled and scored back in the first. And he does not draw the walk. So the ball was strike 2 now. So full count now on Harrelson. Singer kicks and delivers. And it'll be another fly ball to center. Jones is there to make the catch. Davis is there to make the catch to end the inning. So after 2 full, it's Los Angeles 3 and New York 2. So Seaver back out there. He'll face Hunt to lead it off. Hunt 0 for 1 on the day. And that's going to be a strike. So full count now on Hunt. And he flies out to Davis for out number 1. Tommy Davis. He's going to be Willie Davis for the Dodgers and Tommy Davis for the Mets. So Willie Davis up now. Willie Davis comes in. Now he's hitting .329 after going 0 for 1 in his first at-bat. 2-2. 6-2, and that is going to be a ground ball back to Seaver. Over to Cranepool for out number 2. Ron Feely up now. Walked and scored on the home run by Ferrer. So 3-6. And just misses the home run check there. Instead, that's going to be a range play. And that's going to be a range play on the second baseman. It does not have very good range. Let's see if he can stop it. And he cannot. As he gets past Buchek into right field. So Woda throws it back in. So Feely is on with a 2-out single. So Feely on for the second time today. Jim Lefevre up now. 0 for 1. Cranepool holding on for Feely. Feely not a threat to steal. And he'll strike out. So Seaver gets Lefevre to end the inning. So it remains 3-2 as we head to the bottom of the third. Cranepool will lead it off for the Mets. He's singled and scored. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Singer over to Parker for out number 1. So Charles up now. Had an RBI single his first time up. And that will be a ground ball to short. And Michael is going to boot it here. He's going to... So Charles will reach on the error by Michael. So 1 on and 1 out for Tommy Davis, who struck out in his first at bat. Charles is a threat to steal, as Parker is holding him on. It's not going. And its ball is hitting. And it's going to be a range play. And Lefevre will get to it. And he'll go over to second for 1. The return throw is not in time. So Davis is on the fielder's choice now with 2 down now. Davis also a threat to steal. Parker will hold him on. Buchek up now, 0 for 1 with an RBI. I think it was an RBI ground out. Range play at Shea Stadium. And that's going to be hit to center. Davis cannot get to it. No one would get to that one. That was Even the best fielder would not get to that one. And that's going to be hitting to the gap. Davis will move to third. And it looks like Buchek is going to be caught in a rundown as the throw comes into second. And if roll was greater than base runner, let's see here, 2-5. Roll was a 3. If roll is less than, then the base runner is out and others advance. So Buchek is going to stay. Base runner. If roll is less than or equal to base runner, it is less than or equal. Then runners, all others advance. So during the rundown, he stays in it long enough, so Davis is going to come around the score. So it does prove effective as Buchek is able to stay in the rundown long enough to score the run. Alright, so now we got to check this here. So I think we're going to get possibly, let's see here. So who got on? Charles was safe on the error. Charles was forced out, so he didn't come to score. So looks like everything is going to be... Yeah, he was forced out later, so everything is earned there. So the Mets are able to get the tying run home as Tommy Davis scores as when Buchek was caught in the rundown. So that was a productive out there as the run came home. As he stayed in it long enough for the run to come home. So 3-3 now as we head to the fourth. It'll be Roseboro, Ferrer, and Michael up against Seaver. Roseboro 1-for-1 with a run scored. And that is going to be ball 3 as Seaver was very unhappy with that. He thought he had a strikeout there. So full count now. And Roseboro is going to fight it off for a base hit. So Roseboro reaches on the single. Lead-off single. So the go-ahead run up to the plate now. On base now for Ferrer, who had a 3-run blast in his first at-bat. His 4th of the season. So a crane pull holding on Roseboro. Seaver looks in for the sign. Looks like the runner. Kicks and delivers. And another close pitch that was called the ball. So 2-2 the count now on Ferrer. Seaver again not happy with the call. And here's the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. Sabota should have this one, and he does for out number 1. As Roseboro heads back to first. So Michael up now, singled in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. And this one just barely misses Michael. Here's the next pitch, and that'll be a ground ball to short, not to second. So they show this right here. I guess that's where he flips it to. That's why they show that. But it's a ground ball to Buchek. He's going to go to second for 1, back to first, double play, and they turn the 4-6-3 double play to get out of the inning. So no damage done. So we'll head to the home half of the fourth with the score tied at 3. It'll be Jones, Sabota, and Sullivan up against Singer. Jones singled in his first at-bat. And Jones with a chance here. And Jones is going to knock this one out. So Jones hits a deep fly ball to left, and this one is gone. So a solo home run for Jones to lead off the bottom of the fourth, and the Mets are back on top. So Jones goes yard with his second home run of the season to put the Mets on top. So that'll be Ron Sabota, who struck out in his first at-bat. And that's a fly ball to center. Davis is there to make the catch for out number 1. So Sullivan up now. Sullivan 0 for 1. And Sullivan strikes out. So Singer gets his third K of the day. That'll bring up Tom Terrific. 0 for 1 so far. And he strikes out for out number 3. So we'll head to the top of the 5th with the Mets on top 4-3. Singer up to the plate, struck out against Seaver in his first at-bat. It's going to be a range play. And it's going to be a range play by the first baseman, Cranepole. It's probably not going to be a good thing. And that'll be past the dive of Cranepole. Very tough to get to that one. I don't think anybody would have got to that one. And Singer is on with a leadoff single. So Singer with a rare hit. Singer definitely not a threat to steal. So Cranepole will play behind him. Parker up now. And Parker, Parker. Let's see. I think we're going to have Parker lay one down here. Parker is a 5 bunter, so we're going to have Parker bunt here. So Parker squares around. And he's going to lay off of it and draw the walk. So Seaver, trying to avoid him getting the bunt down, ends up walking him. So they'll put runners on first and second with nobody out for Ron Hunt. Hunt 0 for 2 so far today. And that is going to be hit to the third baseman. And Charles is going to throw it, and that is going to be, it's going to pull Cranepole off the bag. So that will load the bases on the errant throw by Charles. Bases loaded and nobody out. Still fairly early. Yeah, we're going to play the defense back. So Sullivan goes out the top to Seaver, goes back behind the plate. Willie Davis 0 for 2 up to the plate now. So it looks like the Mets are willing to trade 2 for 1. Oh no, 4-3. And it's out of the range as Davis gets a hold of one. But it's just foul. So this one is going to go around to first. And we're going to go for the... Oh, it's Singer at third. I think we're going to go home to try to get Singer. Singer's not a very fast runner. Will the defense try for the double play? No. In this case, no. With the pitcher at third, I didn't realize. I forgot the pitcher was at third. So, no. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought I could automatically go for the runner at third. At home. Alright, well, I guess we're just going to assume that Cranepole dove into the hole and Cranepole's only play was the first. We'll go with that. Alright, we'll be fair there. Alright, so so he would score. Parker would advance to third. Hold on, yeah, let's get rid of this. Try this again. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. So now we're going to assume that it's hit the first again. This time, though, I guess the only way to... How do you do it? So okay. I guess we got to go for the double play. If you don't play the infield, then you got to go for the double play. So 2-1. And this was hit to F3. Where is F3 on this? F3... That was hit to the first baseman. Is there not an F3 here? Huh, I almost thought I hit it to the... Let's see. Oh, maybe it was off this thing. That's why. Okay, that's it. Is a ground ball 3 there. We're going to go with this ground ball 3. I think that was it. Will the defense go for the double play? I'm going to go yes this time. Alright. So I guess we got to assume that the runs score. They get the runner at second anyway. So it's a force out. So I guess if you're not playing the infield in, then you have to go for the double play there. So force out. And Davis will reach on the fielder's choice. So we get the middle runner. They did try for 2. And I think now they're going to play the infield in. With Fairley, who's a fairly slow base runner. So Fairley up to the plate now. As the tying run comes in. 6-4. 4-5. And that's going to be a fly ball to center. This should get the run home. So Parker tags. And we'll score. So lead run advance, if roll is less than or equal to the trailing runner's advance on the throw. So that is higher there. So I'm going to assume that on the throw home, that Davis tagged up and moved to second. According to this roll of 1 throw chart here. So alert base running by Davis to get in the scoring position. As Dodgers retake the lead 5-4. And Seaver's going to try a daylight play. And Davis is back safely. There is action in the Met bullpen. Oh, 3-5. And that's not going to be a home run. It's out of the range. So Lefevre 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he'll fly out to Davis to end the inning. I don't think anything was unearned there. Ron Hunt safe on error by third baseman Charles. Yep, no, that should be earned. Alright, so we head to the bottom of the 5th. Dodgers up now 5-4. Harrelson up to the plate now. 1 for 2 with a run scored. Singer now with the lead. And it'll be another range check on Chase Stadium. Oh, and a rare play. Slow roller to first, possibly bobbles and possibly throws wild to first. Resolved by rolling against the first base error rate. First for bobble, then for throw. So no error by Wes Parker. So Harrelson is retired for out number 1. Crane pull up now. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. Another range play at Shea Stadium now. And this is going to be a range play on a pop out to the catchers. So Roseboro above average range. And he will get to the foul ball and make the catch. So 2 up and 2 down for the Mets in the bottom of the 5th. Then we have Ed Charles, 1 for 2 with a run RBI. And Singer will get him for his 5th K of the day to end the inning. So we head to the 6th. Dodgers 5, Mets 4. So Roseboro up to the plate now. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored. Seaver back on the hill, trailing by 1. And that's going to be a base hit past the dive of Harrelson. So Roseboro reaches and a leadoff single. I think that is going to be it for Seaver. It's Ferrer hit a home run off of him. And Seaver's starting to tire down, so let's go to the pen. Seaver did pitch the full game in the pitch a complete game, so we are going to select the reliever. So we got a righty and a switch hitter. Bob Shaw, I guess we can go with him. So the Mets are going to bring in Shaw, sporting his Kansas City Athletics uniform from the 1961 season. So Shaw comes in with a 1-2 record, 9.44 earned run average, 14 and 30 innings pitched, 32 hits allowed. So he's been horrendous this year. 4 walks and 9 strikeouts. much better on the actual season. Well, not much better, but 461 with a 3-11 record. So he kicks and delivers to Ferrer. This can possibly be an error on a throw. And it's going to be a base hit, but no error. So Ferrer will reach on the single, so he gets his second hit of the day. Roseboro holds at second, so runners on first and second with nobody out. For Gene Michael. Michael 1 for 2 on the day. And he takes that one for a strike. Not happy with that. He thought that was ball 4. Here's the next pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball to short. And over to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. So Roseboro will move to third, so I'll put runners at the corners with the 1 down for the pitcher Singer. See what Singer's got left in the tank. Singer, he's still got another inning or 2. So we're going to let Singer hit for himself here. Should he go for a squeeze, though? No, Singer's not a very good punter, so we're not going to go with that. So Singer to hit away. And he strikes out. So 2 down now with the runners at the corners for Wes Parker. 1 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. See if he can add to the Dodger lead here. And it's going to be a range play, which is not the best thing today for either team. So that's going to be a liner to third baseman Charles. Charles not bad. He's average range. But he won't get to this one. And that'll bring home another run as Roseboro scores. Michael holds at second. So an RBI single for Parker increases the Dodger lead to 2 now. 6-4. So Ron Hunt 0 for 3 up to the plate now. And that's a fly ball to Davis in left to end the inning. The Dodgers tack on another run, and it's 6-4 as we head to the home half of the 6th. It'll be Davis, Buchek, and Jones, the heart of the order for the Mets. Down by 2 now. Singer now with a 2-run lead. Davis 0 for 2 with a run scored. And that's going to be a ground ball to short for out number 1. Buchek up now. 1 for 2 with a couple of RBIs. And that one in tight. But he's going to fight it off. And that's going to hit a little nubber to short for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down for the Mets in the 6th. Brings up Cleon Jones. He's 2 for 2 with a homer. And that's going to be a base hit. He gets his second hit of the day. So a 2-out single for Jones. So Jones held on by Parker. There is action in the Dodger pen. So Sabota up now, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he'll strike out for Singer's 6K of the day. So that's it for the Mets in the bottom of the 6th. As we head to the 7th, it's Dodgers 6 and Mets 4. Davis, Fairley, and Lefevre up for the Dodgers. Davis 0 for 3 with an RBI. And that is going to be a fly out to center. Jones under it, makes a catch for out number 1. Fairley up now, 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Also has an RBI. And Fairley's a lefty, so that will not be a home run opportunity. 3-3, and that is going to be a ground ball to Buchek. Over to Kranepool for out number 2. Lefevre up now, 0 for 3 on the day. Shaw kicks and delivers. And that's a ground out to short to end the inning. So Shaw gets him in order. And we'll 7th inning stretch time here in Shea Stadium. as the Mets trail by 2. So Sullivan to lead it off. And I think Singer. I think that's going to be it for Singer. So the Dodgers will go to the pen. So Peranowski, Miller, and Singer were used in the actual game. I think we're going to go with, it's not quite closing time yet, so we're going to go with Miller. Singer was used in the last game, second game of a doubleheader. So we'll go back to the game here. So Bob Miller comes in. So Miller comes in with a 1-3 record on the season, 3.27 earned run average, 33 innings pitched, 30 hits allowed, 9 walks and 16 strikeouts. So Sullivan 0 for 2 on the day. And that's going to be a pop-up to second. Hunt will make the catch for out number 1. And I think it was, let's see who was used here for pinch hitters, if any. So Don Bosch was used as a pinch runner. They're not getting official at bat, so we'll just randomly pick somebody. So Sandy Alomar, let's check him out. Switch hitter. Oh, he only hit 081 though. Now we're going to get somebody else other than that. Larry Stahl. There we go, 239. That's not too bad. So Larry Stahl will pinch hit for the pitcher's spot. Comes in hitting 217 with an RBI and 23 at-bats. 239 for the actual season. So he'll come on with 1 out and base is empty. He'll face Miller here. Miller kicks and delivers. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Lefevre over to Parker for out number 2. So Harrelson up now, 242. 1 for 3 today with an run scored. And that's going to be hit back to Miller, over to Parker. And that'll do it. So let's see, we're going to bring in for the Mets here. Got a lefty and a righty coming up. Jack Hamilton looks as good as anybody. So Jack Hamilton will come in to pitch for the Mets. Struggling so far in the season, 0-1 record, 15.75 earned run average, 4 innings pitched, 9 hits allowed, 3 walks and a strikeout. 11-6 on the actual season with a 3.34 earned run average. So he'll face Roseboro, Ferrer, and Michael. As it is high noon here. So top of the 8th, Roseboro 3 for 3, having a fine day. 2 runs scored. Dodgers with a 2-run lead. That's going to be a range play at Shea Stadium again, and that is going to be, gets past Buchek. And then it'll be a base hit for Roseboro. So leadoff runners on for the Dodgers here in the 8th. Ferrer is having a fine day today, 2 for 3 with a 3-run homer. And it looks like Roseboro is going to try to steal, and he is going to be gunned down. So Roseboro trying to get into scoring position to add to the Dodger lead. Is gunned down by Sullivan for out number 1. So Ferrer up now, back in the box. And he'll strike out, so Hamilton gets him for out number 2. Gene Michael 1 for 3 on the day. And it'll be a fly ball to Jones in center. And he will get under it and make the catch. So that'll be it for the Dodgers in the 8th. So the Mets up in the bottom of the 8th, down by 2. Crane, Poole, Charles, and Davis. Anybody gets on Buchek. Bob Miller back out on the hill. Crane pull 1 for 3 with a run scored. And then it'll be a ground ball to Hunt at second. Over to Parker for out number 1. Ed Charles, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Another Shea Stadium check here. And then it's going to be a single and possible, and he's going to try to stretch for 2, and he'll get there. So Ed Charles with a 1-out double. So that'll bring the tying run up now. Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis hitless on the day, 0 for 3, but with a run scored. Did reach on a fielder's choice. And Tommy Davis with a chance here. And Tommy Davis is going to hit one deep, deep, deep. Is this going to be deep enough? No. It's going to stay in the park, actually, and be foul. I mean, just missed that one. Just foul. Next pitch. It's going to be a ground ball to short. Charles will hold at second as Michael throws to first to get him. So just missed a tying home run there, did Davis. It remains 6-4 Los Angeles for the meantime. So Charles on second now with 2 down for Buchek. Buchek with 1 for 3. Already has a couple RBIs. And then it's going to be it from Miller. As Miller is going to be pulled here. So they're going to go with Regan is going to come in. Phil Regan to come in. They try to get the final out of the 8th here. So Regan comes in with a no decisions with 2 saves, 2.32 earned run average, 23 and a third innings pitched, 30 innings hits though, 30 innings allowed, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts. So he'll come in to try to get Buchek here. Buchek 1 for 3 with a couple runs batted in, as we said. And that's going to be a base hit. That will score Charles. So it's now a 1-run game. He's unable to get Buchek, and Buchek gets his 3rd RBI. Regan will kick and deliver to first. Go to first, and he'll be back safely. So Cleon Jones, 3 for 3 with a home run. Another Shea Stadium check. And that's going to be a pop-up to Roseboro. And he'll make the catch to end the inning. So Regan does allow a base hit, but is able to get a batter to end the inning. And now we'll head to the 9th in a 1-run game. So it'll be a pinch hitter for Regan. And we're going to use Gabrielson, who was used in the actual game. So Len Gabrielson comes in. Just 091 on the season with a homer and 2 runs batted in, but hit 252 with 7 homers, 31 runs batted in. So he'll lead it off for the Dodgers here in the top of the 9th. Dodgers looking to get a cushion here after the Mets got a run back. And that's a foul ball. Next delivery by Hamilton. And he gets him swinging to end the inning. To end the for out number 1. So Wes Parker up now 2 for 3 with an RBI. Hamilton looks inside from Sullivan, kicks and delivers. Possible error check here. And that is going to be an error on Harrelson. So he boots it. So Parker reaches on the error. Parker is a threat to steal. Cranebo will hold him on. Hunt to the plate, hitless on the day. Range play at Shea Stadium. And this time Cranebo will get to this one. See what he does with it. He's going to go... Oh, he's just going to take it to the bag himself. So 2 outs now. The Runner in scoring position for Willie Davis, 0 for 4 with an RBI. Hamilton trying to keep it a 1-run game. And that's a ground ball to Harrelson over to Kranepool. And that will do it. So Peronowski will come on now to try to close it out for the Dodgers. Peronowski comes in with an 0-3 record, 5 saves, 3.77 on average, 31 innings pitched, 25 hits allowed, 9 walks and 30 strikeouts. So he'll have to face the bottom third of the order. Sabota, Sullivan, and then the pitcher spot. So Sabota 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Peronowski looks into Simon Roseboro, kicks and delivers. And the Shea Stadium check. And there's going to be a ground ball to Michael at short. Long throw to Parker, but gets him for out number 1. Sullivan up now, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he strikes out for the second time, so Mets down to the last out. They'll call him a pinch hitter. Bob Johnson just as good as Eddie, 348. So Bob Johnson in his 1961 Washington Senators outfit, uniform. Hitting just 167 with 3 RBIs, but in the actual season, 233 at-bats, hit 348 with 5 homers, 27 runs batted in. So Mets need Johnson to get on in order to continue the game. So Peronowski looks in for the sign from Roseboro. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's no strike 3 there, not 2-2 count. So that's going to be 3-2 now. So full count on Johnson. And that is going to be a ground ball to Michael at short. This should do it over to Parker. And that will do it as the Los Angeles Dodgers hold on to beat the New York Mets 6-5. So neither starting pitcher in on the decision. Oh, actually they both were. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that. I thought it might have occurred later on, but it looks like if Singer is going to come up with the victory, he's 3-1. Tom Seaver continues to struggle on the season, now just 2-4. Peronowski gets his 6th save. Ferreira goes deep for his 4th home run of the season, and Cleon Jones with his 2nd. Alright, so let's check out the box score. So Bill Singer goes to 3-1. He pitches 6 innings, allows 7 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. Strikes out 6. Bob Miller pitches a inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 1 run. It was earned. Phil Regan, 3rd of an inning with 1 hit. And Peronowski comes in for a scoreless 9th, striking out a batter for a 6th save. Tom Seaver struggled all day pretty much. 2-4 with 5 innings pitched. 8 hits allowed, 6 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and allowed a 3-run blast to Ferreira. Bob Shaw pitches 2 innings, allows 2 hits, striking out 1, no runs. And Hamilton, 2 innings pitched, allowed 1 hit, striking out 2 also. So for the victorious Los Angeles Dodgers, Wes Parker 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Also walked once. Ron Hunt was 0 for 5. Willie Davis 0 for 5 with an RBI. Ron Philly 1 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI, and also walked once. Jim Lefevre 0 for 4. Roseboro with an excellent day, 4 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Was also caught stealing once. Al Ferreira, I think we're going to give Al Ferreira play of the game. 2 for 4 with a 3-run homer. Gene Michael 1 for 4. Bill Singer 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Lynn Gabrielson was 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. For the New York Mets, Bud Harrelson 1 for 4 with a run scored. Ed Kranepool also 1 for 4 with a run scored. Ed Charles 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI, also doubled. Tommy Davis 0 for 4 with a run scored. Jerry Buchek 2 for 4 with 3 runs batted in. Cleon Jones, 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Hit a solo home run. Ron Swoboda, 0 for 4. John Sullivan, 0 for 4. And Tom Terrific, 0 for 2 at the plate. Larry Stiles, a pinch hitter, 0 for 1. And Bob Johnson, 0 for 1, also as a pinch hitter. So that'll be it, as the New York Mets fall to the Los Angeles Dodgers by a score of 6-5. So exciting close game there. So thank you for joining me. We'll be back next with a game from May 23rd of 1967. Impossible dream year for the Red Sox. So take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.